In past years, we have always included sample walk-around programs on your Buick video discs. This has been our way of helping you identify key sales features on Buick automobiles. This year, we are offering a slightly different approach. Instead of us telling you what to call out, we are going to show you how a winning Buick salesperson presents a great Buick car, the Century. Many of you participated in our presentation of the Century competition last year. What you're about to see is the winner of that contest, Adrian Collier of Dale Buick in Littleton, Colorado. This is actual film footage of his winning presentation. And I think you'll find some good tips on how to present not only the Century, but all your Buick models from watching Adrian.
Good morning, and welcome to Dale Buick. My name's Adrian Collier, and I'd like to thank you and the family for coming today. I appreciate the opportunity to tell you why you made a good decision to be here. After all, the American car industry has been kicked in the teeth in recent years by foreign competition. But there's one American car maker that's shown an increase in sales for 3 consecutive years. I'm referring to Buick. They've done it with the best styling and most advanced technology available in the industry today. We should feel good because Buick's given us cars to feel good about. Here's a prime example, the 1983 Century Limited sedan, affordable luxury and technology. From its integrated body-colored bumpers to its sloped hood, the flush-mounted windshield, across the straight roof lines, and all the way back down to the squared-off rear deck treatment, I'm sure you'll agree this Buick's got style. The engineers call it aerodynamically slippery, and what that means to you is tremendous gas savings at highway speeds. It only takes 12 horsepower to move your Century down the highway at 55 miles an hour. And take a close look at the quality of the paint. We've developed a robotic painting system, and because of this, we're able to produce a much more consistently high quality of paint over the entire surface of the automobile. And in critical areas, we sprayed plastisol above the primer and under the paint for greater rock, chip, and rust protection. Now let's take a look at the engine compartment. I think that what you're about to see may change forever the way you look at the American automobile. Your new Century features an inside hood release for 2 reasons. The first is easy access to the engine compartment. The second is greater anti-theft protection. It keeps the hoods out of your hood. Notice first how easy it is to lift the hood on a Century. That's because we've done away with the old-fashioned springs and counterbalances, and we've gone instead to a gas strut to lift up the hood. We've coupled that with lightweight metals, and that means lifting the hood is a 2-finger operation. Because Century is front-wheel drive, probably its most important selling feature, much of what you see in the engine compartment is arranged differently than in conventional drive cars. Because it's front-wheel drive, we were able to transverse mount the engine. We turned it sideways. That allows us to dramatically reduce weight because there's no more differential or drive shaft, and the hood and the engine compartment can be shortened. But we're still able to keep the passenger compartment and trunk spacious and roomy. Front-wheel drive is more efficient than rear-wheel drive. When you had that differential and drive shaft, a lot of the power was lost just getting to the rear wheels. Now power is transferred directly to the wheels that do the work. Do you remember that little red wagon you used to own? You used it on your newspaper route. You pulled your kid brother around the neighborhood in it. You may have even tried to harness the family dog to it. Think about that. That was front-wheel drive. You were pulling it. You weren't pushing it. That was the technology, and it was oh so simple. Simplicity was the watchword when we laid out the engine compartment. Whether you choose the 2.5-liter fuel-injected 4-cylinder engine, the 4.3-liter diesel, or the 3-liter V6 that's in this particular Century, you'll find access to the items you need to keep an eye on superb. No more greasing up a sleeve trying to get to the oil dipstick. It's right up front. And the transmission fluid sitting up high and in an open area. You can visually check the fluid in the radiator, windshield washer bottle. Even the fluid in the brake fluid reservoir is visible. And our Freedom 2 battery is sealed for its lifetime. Our engines are quiet also because the engineers took the time to concentrate on insulation. Notice the thickness of the padding material underneath the hood. The cut pile carpeting in the passenger compartment. The depth of foam in the headliner material. Even the carpeting in the trunk. All this and more go to making a ride in your Century one of the quietest experiences of your day. Imagine, if you will, it's 5 o'clock, afternoon rush hour. Traffic's bumper to bumper, horns are honking, truck engines are howling. The noise outside your Century is increasing to a fever pitch, but you and the 4 other members of your carpool are carrying on a conversation at a whisper. Your Century's helped screen out the outside world, and it's helping you unwind. Now, we didn't stop the technology when we finished the engine compartment and the quiet. We made it better throughout the entire car. You'll be riding on 14-inch low rolling resistance radial ply tires, another Century feature designed to improve your gas mileage. Now, we've coupled this with a McPherson strut front suspension, trailing arm rear suspension, and computer-selected chassis springs, and I think you'll agree this Century is well on its way to becoming first in class. Add to that the front-wheel drive, power rack and pinion steering, low-drag power brakes, and you may never go back to rear-wheel drive again. When you do go for a ride in your new Century, you'll probably want to carry something in the trunk. Well, have no fear. With its 16.2 cubic feet of trunk space and flat floor, you can carry 4 sets of golf clubs, or if you have to, 16 sacks of groceries. And the floor of the trunk is carpeted throughout so that you won't scratch up your valuable possessions. Underneath the floor of the trunk and stored out of the way, Buick's chosen to place a fully inflated temporary use spare tire. I hope you never need it, but it is there should the need arise. Notice also the extra steel reinforcement in the deck lid. We like to build our cars that way. It's lightweight, but it's strong. And if we could tear this Century apart, you'd notice lots of glue and adhesive material wherever metal touches metal. One more reason your Century is so quiet. It helps tamp out rattles and vibrations. Now let's take a look at the passenger compartment. After all, this is where you'll spend most of your time. And what a time it'll be. Century is truly a 5-passenger car. All 6'2" of me can climb in the back seat, and I've got knee room, and I've got headroom. And if you were sitting back here, you'd be comfortable too. The fabric we were sitting on is a luxurious Prima cloth knit from 100% polyester, an easy care and durable choice for a very special car. As for the front passenger spaces, the engineers outdid themselves. The dashboard has been recessed slightly on the right side where the glove box is so that you have more knee room on the right. Now, even if you slide that right front seat forward to allow more room for your rear passenger, you'll still be comfortable on the right. And the ashtray, radio, air conditioner, the items the driver and passenger need to share are accessible to both. As for the driver's side, besides being luxurious and roomy, the items the driver needs to reach in a hurry are at his fingertips, like the brights and dim switch for the headlamps is on the turn signal indicator, along with the wipers, fluidic washer system, and the optional cruise master. The instrumentation is low glare and easy to read, and I think you'll find that by going to toggle switches for the map light, rear defogger, and headlights, we've made a very positive improvement. All in all, the passenger spaces in your new Century are ones you won't want to leave when you park it in the garage at night. One of the strongest selling features of the imports has been their concentration on safety. Well, you'll be happy to know it's one of the strongest selling features of Century also. Allow me to show you just a couple of ideas we've incorporated. Most obvious are the manual lap and shoulder belts in the front and lap belts in the rear. Now, we've added to that an energy-absorbing steering column, energy-absorbing instrument panel, padded dashboard, laminated windshield, safety armrests, just to mention a few features. But keeping you safe in an accident isn't the only important consideration to safety. We also wanted to help you avoid accidents, so we added things like side marker lights and reflectors. Low glare instrumentation, 4-way hazard flashers, side window defoggers, just to mention a few features. And the entire automobile is protected by a superb factory warranty and is eligible for GM's continuous protection plan. Now, there you have it. The 1983 Century Limited Sedan. Affordable luxury, technology, style, all in all a classy package. And the best news of all is it's a Buick. But just looking at this car doesn't truly do it justice. Let's take it for a drive. When we do, I know you'll want to step up to this Century. I do have one question, though. Did you want to trade in your wife's Audi 5000 or your Mercedes?